Um, First, I've noted a behavior that is not very cool, that we need to address. People need to respect each other and to maintain respect for one another. In the spirit of Ubuntu, we cannot in any way be able to condone any acts of disrespect. Disrespect is not allowed in the village. So in this village of PRP, if you're disrespectful to each other, it's very easy for you to exit. Remember your like this program was just given to you and awarded for you for free. And as you see, we work virtually, and it's very easy to delete you from our database, and you simply fail to exist no more. And we can even make sure that we tag you as a bad malware for our system, so that anytime you try to apply again, by default, you'll be rejected. Okay? Yeah, so make sure that you respect each other. Maybe you may not be comfortable with how your maybe members of group are behaving. Please learn to cope. Be humble enough to accommodate them, because we all have got our downsides. No one is perfect. We don't expect you to be. Nobody is calling you to be perfect. So all we are calling is for you to have that space to accommodate each other. Yes, and so that the village can be orderly, and everybody in the village can be happy. Okay? Yes, so and in that spirit, we condemn what happened in group 90 members. Yes, we don't like it at all, at all, at all, at all. That one is it's not a behavior acceptable in our village. Okay? Yes, so um everybody should be able to stay with each other harmoniously. Yes, irrespective of maybe you think you are very good or you think you are very talented. It's okay. We are all here for to gain. Okay. Yes. So we don't want to mess each other's gain. All right. So make sure um, you are able to um, keep yourself humble. If you want to go far in life, be humble. And if you want to fall very fast in life, start seeing yourself as a better person than others. I tell you, you fall very fast. Okay? Yeah. Cool. So, in the spirit of Ubuntu, respect for all. Because we say, I am because we are. I cannot be a trainer if you are not my students. So I respect you so much. I love you so much, guys. You are the one who make me who I am. Okay? Yes. So that's the system. That's how things work, basically. A doctor cannot be a doctor if there are no patients. Neither can be the pilot be a pilot if there are no passengers. So that's how systems work. So everybody have to work in respect of whatever position they are in. Cool? Nice. I hope that is home. If that is home, just say home. Yeah, we love the village. Post we love the village. Yes. Yeah, just post we love the village. Yeah, we love the village. Good. I see. Yeah, home. Home. I'm still waiting to see. We love the village. Yes. Ah, good. We love PLP. Ah, we love the village. Ah, yes. We love our village. Oh, we love the community. Cool, cool. We love the village. Yes. Love for the village, hearts for the village. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for that. Um, cool. So without much ado, let's first review what was supposed to happen last week. Last week we did something about, let me just go to the RMS dielectric. Maybe I can be able to share. Mm. Mhm. So last week we were in week 4. So the progress means last week it's when we reached halfway, the big part. Just to let you know, by the way, today's class is the class that now carries like most of the weight of AI, like it's how we finalize the AI, like how we finalize the AI development. Okay, so far you've learned most of the components that you need to work with AI. Now, today, once we do development workflow, it should show you how your AI project should work. Actually, from today, after today, you should be able to think of your final project and be able now to have a very clear clear objective of what you will do in your final final project. Okay. Now the good thing is that in our village we accept final projects as either group work or as individual. So you can do your final project as an individual. If you feel good, that's pretty much okay. If you feel we can work as a group, I have an idea, but I would enjoy more if we worked as a group, then you are also welcome. Now, for the final project, a group should only be from either three, three to five people. We don't have groups of 2. Okay, we don't have groups of 2. So if you're a group, you should be 3 to 5 people. Yes, you should not also exceed 5. So the minimum members to say that this is a group work, 3. Maximum 4, not unless it's reviewed. But as for now, that is the concept that has already been set. All right. So that being said, you should be able to think of your AI workflow. So last time we talked of AI tools, the tools that we use, and mostly why you choose the tools that we choose and what have you. Let me see if I can be able to join my account. Then I can share with you something. Yeah, finally it has worked. Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, it is coming. All right, cool. So there it's my LMS progress. I'm progressing well as well. I'm not doing badly. I'm doing well as a student. This is my student account. Now I hope, let me see my specialized modules. I believe I should be able to see this one called, nice, there I go. I'm doing well. All right, so there I go. So you realize, yeah, just setting up on week 4, AI in software engineering. We learned how we can apply AI in software engineering. And there are several ways how that was done. That is harnessing AI in software engineering and AI integration. That was very key, all right? If you want the recordings of that, they are all here, Feb 2025 cohort recordings, both the presentation and whatever have you. Now for today, it's AI modeling framework, that is application modeling framework, plus we will work on also, as you can see, workflow. How does it work? Like, how do you develop an AI application from beginning to the end? All right. Now, for the frameworks, is how you deploy. It's about deployment. For example, it is expected that once you are at the end of this course for your final project, that you will develop an application. Now that application, AI application you will do, you should either deploy it either in the frameworks discussed here, okay? Frameworks such as Flask, Dash. We can start with Dash because D comes before F. Dash, Flask, and you can also use deploy your model using another framework we call Streamlit, okay? We've used them before, it's just that now this is to emphasize on how, what is expected of you. And there are good examples that are given for each framework, okay? So, and codes, every framework is explained in details. And beyond that, there are more materials you can find still added there, okay? On the RMS, on how you can read more about Flask, Dash, and Streamlit. So as a good AI developer, you should be good in those three frameworks. Make sure you understand them in and out. Now, for you to understand them, you have to practice. Okay? So practice more and more. Practice more and more. And you have any queries, you can always raise the queries with us. All right? Yeah, so let's go for the workflow first. And then in the other session, we'll do the demos. Okay, cool. Let me see. I see there is somebody who have typed a question on the Q&A. I hope the question is a good one. Yeah, the final project should be only about AI. Yeah, your project should showcase how you can be able to use the knowledge you've learned. So basically, we expect you to do a project that is mostly based in Python, okay? Because you've learned Python. And also, it should have the AI element 60%, 60 by 40%, okay? Yes. Yeah. And as you can see, the frameworks, for example, frameworks like Streamlit, Dash, and Flask, they do allow you to integrate HTML, CSS, so you can be able to work. That's why in databases, okay? So you can be able to work with database, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, okay? All those technologies which you have learned, you can be able now to implement them using those frameworks. Cool? Yes. So that was the question that I've answered, George Midamba. Okay. All right. Another question. Can you please adjust your volume? It's too low. Oh, sorry. I hope I'm audible. If I'm audible enough, you can just type clear on the chat, maybe, just to respond to, yeah, if, I'm clear, clear. Okay, so I think I'm good now. Yeah, very clear. Many people are saying I'm clear. So thank you. I've adjusted. Thank you for that notification. All right, so let's dive into the presentation of workflow for like 10 or 20 minutes, just to understand what entails AI development workflow. Okay, cool. And don't forget to keep your coffee very near you. Yes, you will always need coffee for to keep you refreshed and to keep your corons well moisturized. All right. Yes. Coron moisturization is what we are talking about here. All right. Yes. My coffee today, I'm taking mocha. Mocha coffee. Mocha coffee. Sweet, I'm telling you. What is your coffee? I don't know. What about Django? No, we decided to drop Django. Why? Because Django is more like full man stack. You know, the same way um your colleagues who are taking who have specialized in man stack, full stack. The same way, if we were to do with Django, it would be the same way. We would be doing the same way because Django is for web applications. Okay. So it's a good framework, a very good actually, but it is for web application. It's basically based for web applications. Yeah. And it gives full stack understanding of web application using Python. We don't want to go that way because we will be denying you the beauty of learning the other side of implementation of AI. Cool? Yes. So, like I've said, the frameworks to use, Dash, Flask, or Streamlit, the three. All right. They are well explained in the LMS. Cool. Yes, so let's start. So for today, we will look at a few things that entail AI development workflow. One is data correction. Think of it as the communal harvest. Two, in the spirit of Ubuntu, data pre-processing, cleaning the village square, just to make sure that things are clean once you've got what you need. Then model selection, choosing the village elders. Why? We need good directives and guidance, all right? Then we have model training, the fireside apprenticeship, whereby we get to warm up for what the goods that are working around, all right? Yes. So then model evaluation, that is the Cotilla code, whereby now we check what is working, what is not working. And then model deployment is now the gift that we bring to the community. You know, you don't return to the village without a gift. After telling them, hey guys, I joined PRP and I'm now learning so AI to be an AI engineer. Okay. So what is this gift that you'll take back home? All right, to the village. All right. You know, the village, they are waiting. They know that the son and their daughter is doing some amazing work at PRP. All right. So they are waiting for you. And we are really waiting for you. All right. Yes. All right. So that being said, cool. Let's talk about data correction. This is the communal harvest. And as you can see, when it is communal harvest, everybody gets busy. Why? Because a single heart cannot gather the whole harvest. You need every heart. Okay? So when you're doing data correction, you need to find the right data for your AI model. Say, for example, we want to talk about, let's say, AI is good in health, it's good in prediction of market, okay, sales. So let's say, for example, we are doing something about corn, maybe corn marketing, all right? So you need to gather real data, okay? For example, you realize that since day one, when I told, we wanted to evaluate a model on fertility, I've always explained to you where to get those real data sets, okay? So why? Because you need to work with data that is legit. How do you find legit data? It's simple. Basically make sure that it's data that you can verify by yourself or it's verified by someone else. So it can be individual verification. That is, you have done the data correction by yourself as an individual, or you have done what? use data that is verified by others. Okay. So when we talk of data that is verified by others, that's when we talk of data sets like Cargo dataset, Eminist dataset, you know, those data sets that are available for all, and their data sets they are verified. Cool. So that is it. So what are the key things that you need to check out? One of the things you need to check that you correct diverse data. That is, if you are working with data that you need your AI model to learn about speech, you should have voices. You should have the culture, the landscape. Yeah, make sure that you have shown your AI model. This is how shambas look like. This is how corn look like. This is good corn. This is bad corn. This is infected corn. This is corn that is not well molded. This is well molded corn. So your data set, if you should even have the language the farmers use to explain that corn, okay? How do they call bad corn in their language? For example, how do you call bad corn in your language, in your local dialect, not in English? You can type on the chat. What's the name of bad corn in your local dialect? Maybe if you are my cousins from Machakos, my cousins from Turkana. Well, I have cousins all over. My cousins from Mandela. What do you call bad corn? Huh? Maize that has gone bad. What do you call it? How do you name it in your own language? Yeah. Bembe, maozo, oduma makotre, all right. Agbada in Yoruba, bado makodre, akwa in Igbo, okay. Bando makodre, all right. Aqua in Igbo, you get? Bebe butu, okay, good. Chibanda, all right. Cool. You see? Thank you. Chana na bad maize in English. No. Mimidi, mpempe, oduma motop. Okay. Kasongo is bad maize. All right. Let me cross at that point. Okay. So you will need to train your model. What is all the characteristics that involves corn? Okay. Describe even the language, the phrases, and the text, the context under which phrases and all those pictures and all the maybe the videos you have taken are aligned in. All right. Remember, a tree alone makes no forest. So you need to capture data from different diverse data. You need to be diverse in the way you capture data. Good. Number 2, ethical sourcing. Partner with communities. Never extract. Okay. So for example, if you've gone to your village to correct data, make sure you credit that data is corrected from, maybe your village is called Makongoro. So just make sure you tell us this is data corrected from the village of Makongoro in Musabweni, maybe in somewhere in Kasavuni County, wherever that is. Okay. Yes, make sure you do ethical sourcing. You name where you've got your data. So you give credit. If you have not, remember I said, you can also use other data that is verified from elsewhere. So you credit them and you give them the share benefits. You even tell us that if you want to, maybe this is from Cargo dataset, blah, 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 and you can download the same dataset from here. Okay? Yes. And the fun twist here is whereby, think of it when we engage in a folk dance and we all wanted to dance, everybody to bring a folk song of their own. Let me tell you, guys, the more diverse we are, the better the party becomes in the evening. Yeah, it's good to have diversity because it will give you that fun of having different aspects view of data sets, and that your data set will become relevant if it can accommodate diversity and ethical sourcing. Cool. So without diversity, the feast is bland. You cannot just call us for a party and just give us modokoi alone, all right? Or give us musik alone. We won't call that a party. A good party have got diverse meal sets. We need to see Mukombero there. We need to see also Kuma there. We need to see Terere somewhere. You know, we need to see some good, nice things. Busa, we need to see Changas. All those things should be all be combined together to make a good and nice a nice party. Okay. Yes. Hey, cool. Hey, Mukombero in a party. All right. Nice. Did we say Changa in a party? All right. I don't want to be in that party. Okay, so the next party is data processing, cleaning the village square. Why? Because before the feast, we sweep the ground together. Yes, we don't want our people to come and find that our party praise is dirty. When people find that you've not organized your praise, they will just run away. Nobody wants to be associated with that. Okay. Yes. So we need to do some pre-processing of your data, checking. It's checking what is the status of your data. Okay. So for example, you check handle missing values. So you repair, it's like repairing the broken part. Don't hide the cracks, okay? Yes, if you hide the crack of a pot and then you put some water, we want to prepare soup, and then you put some water in the pot that have cracks, and you never told the community that my pot has cracks. Then what happened is that that pot will not be useful in cooking soup. It will mess us. It will put off the fire because water will leak. So it will bring many troubles, okay? So it is good you check on missing values of your data and you clean, okay? So you normalize dirty-free. That is, you scale the features so no voice drowns another. You make sure that your data is normal, okay? You look at which data patterns that look extreme. How do I handle this? Okay, yeah, so that you don't tell us, maybe we were talking about corn. You don't tell us that just because you found that in one shamba, maybe for that season of harvest, that farmer had unluckily his corn was bad, okay? You don't need to give us that maybe one farmer among 10. So if you come to a conclusion that the farmers in that village, the corn is bad, just because of one farmer, that would be unfair. Okay, that is biased data. Okay, so you remove bias, you normalize. That's why we are talking of normalizing dot-free. And the fun twist is that think of it as noise versus signal dance off. So if you have a noisy dance and chaotic moves versus well nice organized choir in the evening, inviting the blessings of the evening party, you know? Yeah, you see, Ubuntu thrives in harmony. So harmony is more better than noisy music. You get? So that's the concept. I hope you get that, and I hope that was cool. Clear so far? If it's throwing, say throw. Just type throwing. If you're just hanging, say I'm hanging on the chat. if you are not, if you can't relate, I just want to know where are we? If you're throwing, just say throwing. Good. Throwing. Good. There we have a throw. Gospel Arinze, where are you hanging? Ring Mokiri, you are hanging. Okay. I hope we find some pegs to unhang you. Okay, guys. Good. All right. So let's continue. Trying to catch up. Cool. Is okay. Nice. All right. So now sorry. So in that aspect of the other aspect that you have to consider after data pre-processing is model selection. So you have to choose the village elders, and you can see here we have the elders. They look very nice and very eager to give advice. Okay. Yes. Because wisdom lies in choosing the right guide for the journey. So you need a lot of wisdom. Okay. So what we mean here is that first you match the AI tools for the task. Is it logistic regression? That is the quick elder for simple decisions? Or is it deep learning, the counsel of the wise ones, complex patterns? You can see the deep learning elder there, and you can see the regression elder there, and matplotlib elder there for visualizations. Yeah, if you want to visualize data, you use matplotlib. So, and Seaborn as well, okay? Yes, so ask which model serves the community without arrogance. Okay. Which of the three models seems to be nicer? Okay. And then, yes. So you need an elder who is very transparent and who can give you things very quickly. And yeah, an elder who is not holding information and with the highest ethical bids win. Okay, cool. There we go. And so you see our elders, there they are. Yeah, and they look nice. Hopefully one of these days you imagine one day you'll be an elder in the village and you'll be like that. Okay, I didn't say anything. Hey, it wasn't meant for you. All right. Let's go to the next one, is model training. Now, model training is where we have the warm-up. Before you come to the final presentation, you have to train on how to dance well, so that when we go to present our dance, we don't dance off beats. Okay. So as you can see, we have to gather in the village where there is fire, and make sure that we do proper rehearsals and training, so that the Ubuntu Wagara night won't fail. All right. Yes, an Ubuntu dance is usually very beautiful. You don't want to mess the rhythm, okay? So it takes a village to raise a child, and so does AI. Yeah, the whole village has to practice how to apply this AI. All right? So basically, you will need some action plans, like make sure that you handle the routines, small steps. That's what we call epoch, or epochs, if you like. Course corrections, backprop. Then you can prevent overfitting. Overfitting is just making sure that the model is constrained to one type of knowledge. So a child who only knows one village cannot navigate the world. So you want your model to be very diverse in terms of knowledge, okay? And then use dropouts, drop regularization, all right? And then The fun twist is the Rebo challenge. The Rebo challenge. Maybe you are like, huh? How low can we go? Okay, let's see this Rebo challenge. I'll just click here. We should be able to see it. Hey, hey, yeah. Rebo challenge. Rebo challenge. So Rebo challenge, let's see what is a Rebo challenge, because most of you, I don't know whether some of you have ever played Rebo. I don't know your village. Let me show you what we pray in our village. It's Rebo challenge. Okay, these are Rebo challenge. Good. So you have seen how that girl has beautifully, done the rebel, okay? So you need to test your model. How low can it go? And if you're available this weekend, we can go and have fun and play rebel together. Yeah, just holler me, and definitely we can go out for limbo. Yeah, cool, nice. Uh, yeah. Yes. So me and JS Daddy will be going out for a rebo. Yeah. We'll be doing something good. Okay, so let's go. So the next bit is model evaluation. So once you train the model, you've seen You've tested, okay, after training. So you make sure you evaluate, okay? This is like the testing place, whereby you, as you can see, sorry, let me zip my coffee. All right. Cool. So, you take the data, you have to test it, okay? Yes, because just like you see when I think the name of this man could be Mukombelo, and maybe he's been accused of stealing Mukombelo. Oh, Mosetti have been accused of stealing Mukombelo in the village. Yeah, and you see now he's brought to the village elders. He has to answer. He has a case to answer. A minute. Oh, sorry. So, yeah, Mosetti has a case to answer. Yeah. So, because the elders believe he stole Mukombelo of uh, of Kadonye. Yeah, Kadonye is this wife you see here. All right, I'm just trying to explain the scenario. All right, cool. So, um, you see, so you have to explain you have to listen to both stories, and before you decide, we decide that Mosetti, from now henceforth, he should never be seen with Mukombelo for the next like 5 months. Okay, cool. Yes. So the same way, you have to come up um, with measures of testing your data and make sure that you test your model because you want to make sure that your metrics go beyond accuracy. And the way you do that is you can use precision, recall, and F1 score. All right. Yes. We've done this previously with JS Daddy. So, but still in today's demos, he will showcase more. Bias check. Does the AI lift all voices? Use confusion matrices to spot silenced groups. Okay. Yeah, so you need to make sure that all the data you've trained your model with is useful. You don't want to train a model with data, and then the model is just using some piece of the info. Cool? You want the model to pick all the info you've given it. And then fun twist there is just a skills game. Team false positive versus false negatives with weights. And which imbalance helps the village more? It's the imbalance of stealing Mukombelo from Mama Kadonyi. That one is a very bad imbalance. Is that a false positive or a false negative? So answer me on the chat. Stealing Mukombelo from Mama Kadonye. Mosetu, stealing Mukombelo from Mama Kadonye. Is it a false positive or a false negative? I can't see the answers. I'm waiting for the answers on the chat. False positive. Marceline Jepliting. False positive. Ashford false negative. False negative. False positive. Okay. False positive. Okay. False positive. Okay. There are those who feel that's a false positive and a false negative. Either way, all of them bring an imbalance. Yeah, in the village. We don't want false things. All right. Cool. All right. Then finally, we come to model deployment. This is where we return the gift to the village. And a gift is only as great when it is shared. Okay. Yeah. So basically, in deployment, the first thing you need to do is monitor and iterate, meaning you monitor how the model is behaving within the village, in its environment, okay? So make sure that you can be able to track drift, or like weather changes. If your model is working, if it's a weather app, make sure you can be able to track the drifts. Just like the way any weather changes are noticeable, make sure you are able to notice what things are not catching up with my model. Then, sorry, there is the maintenance. Maintenance is where you have to review AI application for updates. What is an update? An update is where maybe you want to add new functionality. Okay, yes, all right. Now there is a patch. A patch is where maybe you want to amend. Maybe you realize something is not happening well. I want to amend. An upgrade is where now you want to do an overhaul, like change the whole system to do something else. We call that an upgrade. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Not only a new functionality, but also you want to induce some new maybe working plans or some new goals to there. You want to induce some new goals to the model. Then feedback loops, let users speak. Their stories refine the AI. So remember, AI is used for humans. You develop AI for humans. So the more you test it among people, the more you refine it. Okay. And the fun twist is that the drumbeat rollout, each successful prediction triggers a drums out, and we celebrate a corrective impact. Yes, and that is that. Yeah, that's the summary of the Ubuntu AI Manifesto. You'll have a look at it. Yes, and cool. There is a summary of the whole development process. I think I've gone ahead too much. Yes. Cool. Let me try, go back ahead one step, just one more step. Oh, cool. Yeah. So that is the whole process, the summary, data correction, model training, data pre-processing, because you use that data that you are processing. And once you select the model, you train it, you evaluate, and then you deploy. That is it. And then you can be able to say like that young man there, I'm an AI dev. Cool. Yeah, and that is it. We got it. Any query? Let me see on the Q&A. I can see a few questions. Let project be maximum because we are 5 in the assignment. How can I do POS in Python and AI? Yes, you can. Okay, anonymous. Okay, that one we did answer. Okay, so can I do a POS system with Python and AI? Yes, you can. There is no reason why you shouldn't do that. Yes, cool. Let project be maximum because we are 5 in the assignment. Cool. I said that the maximum number of people in a project should be 5. Yes. Yeah, in a final project should be 5, not more than 5. Okay. Yes. So Mary, I think I've answered you live. That's cool. Can I use OpenCV for my file? Why not? You can use it. It is very good. Yes. So yeah. Yes. So those are some of the few questions I've answered. Yeah, so that is cool. Anything else? What if I wanted to collaborate with colleague in the Manstack course? Well, if you collaborate with them, make sure that there is part of the AI in that Manstack is more than 40%. Your AI work should be more than 40%. That will be okay. That is, the project, yes, is full stack. Maybe you are using Man. If you are collaborating with people who are doing Man, it's okay. It's allowed. But make sure that AI for you, because for you, we will be marked AI. Remember, okay? Yes, so make sure that in that project, there is more than 40% that has to do with AI. Please note that. All right. Yes, I've said we have 3 frameworks that can work with databases and web technologies as well. That is Dash, Flask, and Streamlit. They can allow you to have a database. They can allow you to have HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and all what have you. And you can be able to integrate them together. Cool? Yes. Can you create a website using AI and Python? Yes, you can. It's possible. Yes. All right. So without much ado, Evans, I think you can take over. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jakin. Thank you very much. It's time for demo. In case, Jakin, you can just play as that is that 1 minute song so that as I prepare my screen.
No problem. No problem. I'm very good at that.
All right. Thank you, Jakin. So let me share my screen and start right away. And I hope you guys can see my screen. In case you can see it, let me know which screen can you see. Can you see my code? If you can see my code, let me know. Okay, awesome. I think, yeah. Okay, so just as usual, whatever Jakin taught you today is exactly what we are going to practice. And let me see. So we are going to look at the steps, these steps right here, all these steps. Let me just start from top. And actually, it's a complete project. It's really a complete project. Where is that? I want the AI development workflow. Yeah, this one here. So we are going to start a data collection. Data processing, model selection, model training, model evaluation, and model deployment. And we test if it's working perfectly. So yeah, imagine this code that whatever we are going to be doing today, we are going to cover all these steps successfully. It's very simple. You don't have to download any data. We have already prepared everything. For you, you don't have to worry about data collection. So I just want to ask, let me zoom. This zoom works well. Okay. So, so whatever project that we are going to be working on, or the examples that we are going to be working on today, They are very, very, very simple projects. So in data collection, Jakin just said data collection involves gathering of data from various sources. Can be either people are filling in forms, can be from web scraping, can be from gathering any kind of data. It doesn't matter on how you gather the data, as long as you have gathered the data. So the example that we are going to check is collecting customer reviews. You are doing something online, or you are selling a product online. Customers have to review your product. You can be selling an app, people can be downloading your app, but they also want um, to review your app. So that is customer review. So customer reviews. So if you want to get the customer reviews, so gathering customer reviews from an e-commerce website to build some sentiment analysis. So customer reviews can be positive or negative, or they can be neutral in that case, right? So here, so let's collect a sample data using Python pandas. This one we did in week 6, week 7, week 8 of Python development. So it's easy. I'm going to explain and we are going to be building on top of these pandas and this kind of review. So what does our code do here? We import pandas, SPD. Then after we import pandas, we pass a collection of reviews here. This collection of reviews. So we have the data for customer reviews, and we have the exact review, and we have the exact sentiment. Sentiment can be either be positive or negative. Okay. So generally we know from how we have collected our data, we know I love this product. Definitely that is positive. Depending with how we have set the customer to review our product, generally that is positive. This is the worst product that I've ever bought. We can know. Generally, this is negative feedback. Okay? Negative feedback. Now, with that up to there, you can read the other reviews. I highly recommend this product. Of course, that is positive. Now, we want to analyze all these reviews, if they are positive or negative. Okay? So we just want to review this product or these comments and see if they are positive or negative. So we create our collection here, then we pass the sentiments, positive or negative, right? Then we create a data frame, then we just define a variable here. Data frame is equal to pandas.dataframe. Then we pass this data we want to review here. Then we print this. So let me show you this in action. So let me just show you this in action. Let me zoom. Just re-explaining the same example. We have import pandas SPD. So import the necessary libraries. So here we pass the sample data or the customer reviews sample data. We create a variable that is data. Okay? In this variable, this is a collection of reviews and their sentiments. The review we said, this one is an array. It's a list of reviews. I love this product, greatly and highly fast delivery, not worth my money, highly recommended this product. So these are the reviews. Then these are the sentiments. Okay. So we want to categorize which review is positive and which review is negative. Now, as you can see, this is just a sample data. Only how many people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, have reviewed our product. Now, what if we have thousands and thousands of people who have reviewed our product? What if we have thousands and thousands of them? So how does that even work? So here you'll pass the whole data, then you'll pass the sentiments right here. So the moment we run this code, the moment maybe I run this code, oh, sorry, it's connecting. It has connected successfully. It has connected successfully. So as you can see, first thing that we said when we hear the word data frame. When we hear the word data frame first, let's think of creating a table. Let's first think of creating a table. As you can see, this data is not formatted in any way. This is very ugly data. So the first step is data collection and cleaning. So you want to clean and format. So the first thing that we do, we create a data frame to create a readable data format. So what is the readable data format in that case? So what is the readable data format? So this can be a table. A table is a readable format. So over here, we create those products like that. So we pass the index, we pass the review. I love this product and it's positive. I love this product, this is negative. The other one is positive, negative, and positive, right? Now, give me a moment, just give me a minute. Or less. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to grab a glass of water. So, right here, so we have created that data frame. And with that said, with that simple example, we have done data collection in that we had this data. Then we created sentiments and then we analyzed that data in that way. So that is stage one of the minimum thing that we can do with our data. Remember that we want to create a fully working AI from data collection, data cleaning, model selection, all the way to deployment. So let's assume that we have collected this data and we have cleaned our data. So which stage are we at in this data collection, data processing? That is cleaning the village square. So basically we have done the data processing and data cleaning. So we have cleaned our data and we have formatted our data into the best way possible. Now with that said, we go to stage number 3, model selection. So let me see in the LMS what we have. Data processing. So this one we were just collecting the data and trying to format it well. So let's do data processing. Data processing involves cleaning and transforming raw data into formats suitable for training the model. First, we select the data and we try to clean it. So let's check another example of doing the same, almost similar thing. So example, text processing. So we are cleaning and tokenizing text data for sentiment analysis model. Sentiment analysis model. So what is the implementation? So let's pre-process the data using the Microsoft NLTK library. So here we are using the NLTK. So we just want to, you see, this is a simple example. Now can we make it a little more complex, the data processing? So we just want to clean this data and tokenize it so that our machine can be able to understand. Our machine can be able to understand whatever we are working on. So here we are using the NLTK library here. So we import the necessary library right here. Then we import all the other necessary packages that we want to use. So let me just go to the example, this code, the working code. This is the working code. This is the working code now. Actually, this is the mixed code. So let me just, I need to clean this code, but no problem, no problem. This code here basically combines this step and the next step, that is model selection. But before that, let me just explain this right here, because this piece of code here is just combining the two processes at a go. So let me just explain with the one in the LMS. So we import the NLTK library. So from the NLTK library, we import the corpus in which we are using the stop words so that we can tokenize it and we can do the text processing. So we need tokenize this. Also, we need to make sure that we use the word tokenizer. Then everything, we convert it into a string. So we are importing the string. It doesn't matter what kind of data set you have, numbers, anything. We have to convert either from a string or to a string. We are going to see what this string is doing. Now, remember this was just a simple data, so we can just ignore it for the moment. Then we download a very large amount of data sets. That is using the downloading the NLTK dataset. This dataset you don't have to download it from anywhere. It will automatically download. This dataset will automatically download. So we are going to download the PanKT data. Then also we are going to download the stop words. We are going to see what are these, why are these two different data sets. So over there, we are going to do the sample text processing function. So let's create the sample text processing function. So we just create a normal function. In this function, we just call it pre-processing, the pre-processed text. Actually, I can just copy this and just do it here so that you won't confuse with any other text. Oops. Let me find the right place. It's right here. Yeah, it's right here. Let me just explain from right here. So we downloaded the data and the stopwatch data set, right? This is automatically downloaded from the system. That is the data set, NLTK built-in data set. So we create a function that does the pre-processed text. A normal function. As you know, this is a normal function. So in any text that we have, we are going to convert it into lowercase. Why? For better understanding. So For example, let me just show an example. Let's say we have this data in R, blah, blah, blah. You see, this data is not in a good format. We have data that words that in caps, other words are in lowercase. So for uniformity, for data cleaning and making sure that the data is clean, why can't we format that into lowercase? We do that here, right? Now, assume this data, because we are trying to build this AI that learns. Assume this data is punctuated with full stops, with hashtags, with punctuation marks or question marks. Imagine this data can be done like this. Remember, we are creating AI for efficiency. So we want to remove the punctuations. Why do we have to remove the punctuations? For our AI to basically understand, whenever we are trying to train it, for basically to understand, why should we feed this and this is a common thing? For example, this is just a common thing. We don't want to add this so that it might confuse. We just want it to feed it with a clean, very clean data. We remove the punctuation. Text, we just create a variable text here. Remember that text we have converted it into lowercase. Now text, we pass the text dot translate. So we are translating everything to string. We are translating everything into string. So over here, we remove the punctuation. String dot punctuation. So we remove all the punctuation marks. Okay. Remember that the data that we have fed, for example, this is the data that we have fed. We have made it a lowercase. We have removed the punctuation. Now you want to tokenize that particular text. Okay. So we tokenize the text. We just create a variable tokens is equal to word tokenize. So we want to tokenize everything into words. So remember this word tokenize, we imported it here, right from the NLTK tokenize library. So we just import that tokenize and we tokenize what? The text that we have converted into lowercase and we have translated and removed the punctuation marks. We have done the tokenization right here. Very simple. Then we can remove stop words. So we can declare variable stop words. Then we set stop words dot words. Everything should be in English. So over here we create just a small variable that is tokens. And in these tokens, we can pass a loop here, a for loop here. So in this for loop, we can say for a word, a simple word or a single word. So for a word in tokens, remember for a single word in where? In tokens. Remember that we have tokenized everything. For a single word in tokens, we can pass another condition here if a word is not a stop word. So we are just the tokens should be in this format. So it should tokenize for word in word, for word for word in tokens. So it should tokenize that if the word is not in a stop word or the word is not a stop word. Then after everything join, so it's going to join. Remember that we have converted into lowercase, remove the punctuation, and tokenize that. Now it's trying to do everything. Removing the stop words, then combining everything, making sure that everything is okay, and convert that now and join that with the tokens, the words that we have tokenized. Okay. Now we apply the processing to the data frame. We apply the processing to the data frame. Remember we created a simple data frame here. Remember we created this simple data frame here. Yeah, exactly. Now we want to basically create that data frame again. Now append that or apply that processing into the data frame. So data frame dot cleaned review is equal to data frame review dot apply the preprocessed text. Preprocessed text. So where we are getting this, the preprocessed text. Remember, this is the function that we created here, the preprocessed text. Then we can print out our review and cleaned review. Remember, this does not exist, we are creating it. So this one here, now where is it? We are passing the review, then we apply the new reviews. So if we run this cell, if we run this cell should be working correctly. This cell should be working correctly. I think it should be a problem with the naming. Let me check. So we have done the text, translate, tokenize, stop words, tokens, joined. We need to wrap this in a try-catch. We need to wrap this in a try-catch block. So yeah, it's very simple. It's nothing complicated. But just a moment. Let me just try something here. I can just copy this code. Oops. This one should cause an error first. So let me just copy this code. This entire code up to where? Up to here. Append it somewhere here. Then also copy these libraries. Then basically run that cell. It's not working anyway. It's fine. I'm going to update it. Okay, so basically that's how. Wait. I missed this. I didn't copy this. Run the cell. Yeah, the problem is here, but we are going to fix it here. Should be working correctly. So it's just the same. It's just the same as this piece of code here. Just the same as this piece of code. So I want us just to combine. You see, this is working. It should be working the same way that I've showed you. But I want us to combine this and this into one set and see if it's going to work. Remember that it's borrowing some of the concepts where in this cell. Which concept is it borrowing? It's borrowing this review, the word review here. It's being used where? It's being used here. So remember that we defined a data frame here. You see this data frame here, we defined it here. And in our case here, we are using it, but we have not yet defined anywhere here in our code base. We have not yet either defined it anywhere here. Okay, so we need to combine this and this so that we work on that system. So remember that we are working on one system from top all the way to deployment. So let me show you how we combine that. It's very simple when you combine that. Remember that we imported pandas. If we combine, I just want us to combine this and this. So remember, import pandas for our first normal data set. For example, that was the review. Okay. Now, if we combine that, the pandas, import the NLTK, the stop words, and the tokenize. And of course, we import the string. Then we download the data here. Then the stopwords. Of course, this was the review data. Then we created a simple data frame, okay? Then this is the function that we just explained, pre-processing function. So we wrap that in a try-catch block. In case we have any error here, for example, in this tokenize, then it can return the error. So we try, now we try this text, we convert our text into lowercase. And remember that our text, after we convert into a lowercase, then we can remove the punctuation, we can tokenize, then also we can check on the stop words, then compile, then create the return that is going now to print out the output of the joined tokens. Stop words together with the joined text. Now, in case we have an error, we exemption, we just pass an exemption as an E, just as a variable here. Then we return the error. In case we have an error, we return the error. So remember this function here, that we borrowed data frame. We are going to print the clean data, then we pass the review. Review, where is the review? The review is just the sample review here, okay? This is a sample review. Then we apply. We apply what? The function. Now we combine that with the function, okay? Now once we combine that with the function, now basically this one is just printing out the review and the clean review. So if we run this, first of all, we are going to get the reviews that are positive. Then we are going to get the clean review. So the clean review still has some errors. I don't know why it's having some errors. It was working. Let me check. Error 1, error 2, error 3. Clean review. Okay, let me just check from top. So this one is working, should print. Then we process text.
I think Ivan said it's just passing the error we have cut there. That is, in case it is not able to like bring out the data, it can pass it as an error. You see, that's the exemption there.
Yeah, it's this exemption here.
Yeah, so there it is working with that.
Yeah, this one should be working correctly, just passing this an error. So I just wanted to return the tokens, but it's fine, it's working. Just passing the correct data sets. So this one is working up to here, just passing the error message right here. But as you can see so far, what we have done, we have combined the whole project from top, the ones that we had reviews, and the one that we are downloading from the NLTK library that we are passing right here, tokenizing it, and catching the errors and actually returning the reviews and returning the reviews. Actually, I know where the problem is. Actually, I got it. So it's the clean review. This is the variable name that we need to check on this data set. So it should be somewhere here. It should have downloaded. I'll check the correct variable name, and then I'll add it here so that you don't get the same error. I'll check the correct variable name from the data set. That's why it's not getting the actual data, but yeah, it's working perfectly. I just found the error. So We have done stage, that is data collection, data processing, and processing. Remember, processing is tokenizing, removing punctuations, the stop words, and the rest. So we have done the processing. Now let's go to model selection. In model selection involves choosing the appropriate algorithm. We want to choose the appropriate algorithm that we can use. So in choosing this appropriate algorithm, so let's check the example that we are going to use. We are going to be choosing a classifier. So selecting a logistic regression model for sentiment analysis. So implementation. So let's select a logistic regression model using the scikit-learn. So how does this one work here now? So let me check if we have the code on this side. Let me check, is this one here? No, this one is not the one. It should be this one. Yeah, it's fine here. This one here. Let me confirm. Yeah, it's the one here. Now, which stage are we at? Choosing the model that we want to train our data with. So over here, we import all the libraries. We are using the scikit-learn, the sklearn. So in the sklearn, we want to import the tfeed vectorizer. So here, we want to take the feature extraction and we want to get the text module. So from the scikit-learn, we import model selection. Which selection are we going to use? The train test split. So from the sklearn, we are also going to get the linear model. But in the linear model, we have several things. So, but in that case, we just want to get the logistic regression. So, after import all the necessary libraries, we convert our text data to numerical features. So we just create a simple variable, vectorizer, and we use this, the tfeed vectorizer, that we just imported from our scikit-learn. So we create the x-axis, we pass the vectorizer dot feed transform. Everything that we are getting from here is coming from our models. There's nothing that we are really creating from the blues. So we said this vectorizer, we are going to use this vectorizer here. Then x vectorizer dot feed transform. This is just as simple. It's as simple as saying, this one can be simple as saying vectorizer dot feed. It's just like feed transform, something like this. It's just the one. Dig deep, then dig inside of it. So it's basically similar to that. So we are avoiding that, and then we just pass the vectorizer because we have already assigned it to this vectorizer. Then dot feed transform. So over here, we pass the data frame. Remember what we are working on. This data frame, it's nothing that we have created by ourselves. It's something that we defined somewhere on top over here. It's something that we defined. So, where's the code? Yeah, this one here. So we pass the data frame, and the data frame inside the data frame, we want to pass the cleaned review. So in the Y, we pass the review. So we already have the cleaned review and we have already the review. Okay. So the split, after we convert our text into numerical features. Now we split the data into training and testing sets. Training and testing sets. So in the X train and the X tests, in the Y train and the Y test, we assign it to the X train split, in which all that, this is the train test. Train test means train and test, training data, testing data split. So train test split, we wrap that, oops, is it behaving this way? Yeah, cool. Okay, so we assign that to this train split, train test split, in which this train test split, we imported it from here, from the scikit-learn, the sklearn. We imported it here from the sklearn. So after we pass here, we pass the X. Remember that the X, we pass the cleaned review, and in the Y, we pass the review. Okay. So right here, of course, to avoid overfitting or underfitting, we pass the 2%. Remember the 2% that where we were getting it from, the test size. Then we pass the random state, that is 42. So these two words should not be new to us because we have used it several and so many. Every example that we cover, it must have been having this. So remember that we chose the logistic regression. We chose the logistic regression. So we select the logistic regression model. Then over here, the model, we pass the model as the logistic regression. Then of course, we train our model. To train, we model dot fit. Then we pass the X train and the Y train. Then if we run this cell, it's telling us that we chose the logistic regression so far. You can see this is fitted, no errors, 0 errors up to there. So I just want to bring you to what we are doing. Remember, we are working on a whole project now. From where? Data collection, data processing, model selection, and model training. So we want to go to the model training. So the model training, it's very simple. We have already hit that. The model training is already here. It's this code that we did here. The model training is the one that we did here. So we just hit two birds in the same stone. So that was the model selection. The model selection, we selected one from sklearn. And to be specific, we used logistic regression. Then we trained our model. Then the next step, remember, we train something, then we start evaluating it. So in evaluation, we want to evaluate our model. So model evaluation involves assessing the performance of the trained model using metrics such as accuracy, precision, recall, and the F1 score. The model that we have trained, we have just trained it, but we don't know its accuracy. So you want to test the model accuracy. Is it fitting? Is it overfitting? Is it underfitting? How precise is it? How accuracy is our model? So we want to evaluate it before we deploy it to the cloud. So let's implement evaluation criteria here using the scikit-learn library. Evaluation. So evaluation, you want to check how good is our model. So very simple, very simple. From the scikit-learn metrics, import classification report and confusion metrics. Okay. In the sklearn metrics, import the classification report. This one will help us now get the report. The confusion metrics also will help us now get a different report. So we want to make the prediction on the test set. So we pass the y predict. You can just write any variable here. This can be y predict, y prediction is equal to model dot predict. We pass the model dot predict. Then we test that against the X test data set. So the evaluation model, we can print out the confusion metrics. This is just a name. Then we print out the actual metrics. So we get the confusion metrics, we pass the y test and the y predict. Then the classification report, we want to get the y test and the y predict. And if we run this cell, there we get our metrics. There we get our metrics. That's why we said in the beginning of the course, at some point you'll need to have to revisit your high school notes and get some few refresh on mathematics. See, these are matrices. Matrix. Just need to visit your. Otherwise, if you don't understand this, blame your mathematics teacher. Maybe you can go back to school and collect your school fees. That would be easy. That would be easy. Personally, I went back to high school and collected my school fees because the moment I was starting learning AI, I just realized that they never made me understand matrices and linear algebra in that case. And I was on fire. They called me, Mimi ni fire. I just proved to them that I need my fees back. So you just need to go and have a refresh of metrics in mathematics, and now you can get the classification report of the data that we just set. You can just get the data here. So it's printing, everything is okay. This is the data, of course. Then it's calculating the precision, the recall, the F1 score, and the support, and it's predicting 1, 1, 1, 1. And last time what we checked, what did we say 1 is? Maybe it can stand for 100, can stand for K. Remember that it's not standing for 0.2. You remember that the 0.2 something that we said. Yeah. It's good. As you can see, the report is looking fantastic and it's working correctly. It's working correctly. And there we go. Imagine we have done all the steps. I've done all the steps. Collecting, model selection and training. Then we have evaluated our model and it's working perfectly. It's working perfectly. The last step for the day, it's model deployment. In model deployment, you have so many options. You have so many options that you can just choose the one that you want. You can deploy it in Flask. You can use Django to deploy it as well. Otherwise, you can deploy it in Azure. If your model is lightweight, you can deploy it in Vercel. You can deploy it in Heroku. If your model is maybe heavy, you can deploy it in GCP, that is Google Cloud Platform. And I forgot the other one. I was checking yesterday. These are another module. Where is it? Let me show you. I was just researching here. This platform, in case you want to deploy your UI. Where is it? Yeah, Streamlit, a Streamlit or the Gradio for deploying your UI. In case you want to create a UI for your platform, in case you want to create a UI platform or for your model, in case you want to create a UI for your model, in case you want to create a simple UI for your model, you can basically deploy it in those several areas. So yeah, that's it. You can check all these deployment platforms, and actually I was testing mine yesterday. Then this Flask was working well. So you can just run this Flask code. Then it will work well. Let me see. It's working again. This Flask. So let me see. Executing. Yeah, it should be working. This one is just failing a little bit, but it should be working. It should be deploying successfully. This one, yeah. It's just giving us a small warning. This is a development server. Do not use it in production deployment. Yeah, it's fine. This one should be working perfectly. Otherwise, you can try Azure as well. You can try Microsoft Azure as well to deploy your application right here. Yeah, so that's it for our today's session. And for the deployment, it's very simple. And for the deployment, it's very simple. So just a quick rundown. But for Flask, it's another whole topic that we need to understand. But we can have a quick check. That is from Flask. You import the Flask, the request, and the JSON. Then also import the Pico. So we save the model and vectorizer. As well. We open that. Then this is how you import a the Flask app. You import the Flask app. Then we load the model to vectorizer. Remember that this was just saving. This one was loading. So this one, saving we dump. Loading, we load. Where is it? Loading, we load. Okay. Then we can define the prediction endpoints. For example, predict. We can define the prediction endpoints. I don't know why it's not working. It should be working anyway. We define the prediction endpoints. So right here we predict the review. Also we get the clean review. Yeah, we get the clean review. Then we pass the model predict here. Then that data is going to be returned into a JSON file. So we just pass the sentiment that are in JSON. We pass them the sentiments. Then here is how you run your Flask app. So we need to have a topic maybe in the next week it will be more about deployment. So we need to understand now all these platforms where you upload or you deploy your systems in. So any question before we call it a day?
Um, Thank you, Evans. I think you've done an incredible job. I would say for the deployment models, they are still part. They are part of the resume of the week 5. So they can be able to see them under the models. Every one of them were explained how they work and why you should choose one. For example, why should you use maybe Dash? Why should you over Flask? Why should you use Streamlit over Flask, or why should you use Flask over Streamlit? Each and every one of them are well explained still on the LMS. So I think that was quite wonderful. Yes. So that's good. I see there is a few questions, so maybe we can attend to the queries. Fred Kebutu. Unmute.
Yes, we have some few questions. Can the final project involve an AI chatbot alone? Depends with the chatbot that you are working on. Make sure that it's a valid chatbot that you are working on. A chatbot that solves a problem like, for example, it's reading the content in the page and then it's trying to understand the context. Make sure that the chatbot is something that's solving some real problem. So, who is this? No, this one, this is an AI. So, someone said that we use YouTube nowadays. Please explain why we choose the 42 for the random state. So, can you explain this? Why do we choose the 42 for the random state?
Just random. You can choose any other. It's very easy,
Yeah, we can just choose any other
self-explanatory.
value.
Random, you can use any number as long as it's between 0 to 100.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Very simple. You can just choose any number of your choice. Yeah, I've seen, yeah, several questions asking about the 42. It's just a random number. So let me see another question. Are we supposed to combine those codes into one? Are we supposed to create different ones? For example, I was using Google Colab and it's able to understand whatever I'm doing in the previous cell. So you can in case you are using VS Code, you can combine them into one code base. But in case you are using like mine, Google Colab or the what other tool did we use last time? Any other tool that creates cells, you can combine it into one.
Check-in, Evans.
Yes,
Yes,
Fred,
friend.
we can hear you.
Yeah. Morning, everybody. It's actually afternoon. Afternoon, everybody. I wanted to inquire about the project. I heard you talking about. I came in a bit late. I heard you talking about projects. For me, I'd already started mine, but it's more of a chatbot, and I had to downgrade to Python 3.10. So I wanted to know if it's possible for one to do it alone, solely alone, or you need to have a group to do the project, because initially it was project one supposed to do for themselves, not pretty much group or project. Thank you.
All right, Fred, that's a good question. I had hinted in the beginning of class that you can submit a project as an individual or a group. There is that option. It's you to choose what you want, okay? If you're good to go
Yes.
as an individual, well and good. If you're good to go as a group, maybe we said a group should consist 3 to 5 people. That's okay. No problem. We also said if you want to merge, maybe you are as a group, you want to work as a group maybe of 2 to 3 people, 3 people, let's say, of to 5 people who maybe it's part of the group, part of the learners are not in AI, they are maybe in other specializations. You make sure that in that project you're doing, AI is 40%. There is 40% AI to show. Cool. The whole project is 100%. 40% should be strictly AI.
Can we also merge it with, if
Hello?
it's a chatbot, can we also merge it with a website? Let's say a web
Yeah?
app, for it to pretty
What?
much have more content, not just a chatbot, not just a chatbot. Can we merge it with a web app? Can we merge the
No problem.
chatbot? Can we merge
No
the
problem.
chatbot with
That's okay.
with something like a website or a web app?
That's okay. That's pretty cool.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So I think with that side, Evans, we are good. Don't see any other hand raised up. So, oh, there's Michael Arroyo. Yes, Michael. Michael, go ahead and speak up.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Michael.
Yes. Hi, Ivan. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
So,
Hi.
I had a question that I had asked in Q&A, and since maybe you're not seeing that, let me ask here. Is there a difference between data pre-processing and data wrangling?
Data pre-processing and data
Wrangling.
landing,
Wrangling.
lantering,
Ngling.
lagging.
Ngling.
Oh, okay. So data wrangling and pre-processing.
Yes.
Well, okay, I get you. I get your, I get your point. I think I had answered your question in a previous session as well. Somebody else had raised it up. So there is a difference in that in pre-processing, you have to clean and reorganize. You get in wrangling, you have to identify the missing gaps. You get, and then you have now to rearrange. Okay, so we use them separately. And most of the time, you can hear people like they are interchanging them, where no big elephant in the house in case somebody does, but they don't mean the same. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, what happened to the API secret key that you had to give us last week?
JS Daddy should answer that. He promised us. I was also there.
Okay, I didn't add. Okay, sorry. In the next 10 minutes, I have it. I got it.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. So I think that's cool. Having no more queries to answer, we can end there. And thank you for your good contribution and dedication. Bye. See you in the evening class.